Welcome back to Our Hyphen with Cherelle and Sade.
What exactly does our hyphen represent, you may ask?
The hyphen is the punctuation that is used to separate your date of birth and your date of transition from this life to the next. It's reflective of your journey.
Our hyphen is inclusive of good times, challenging times, moments of reflection, moments of realization, laughter, tears, all of the things that we experience as we journey through life.
These are the conversations we started in 2020 on the living room sofa that led to some of the most transformational experiences of our lives.
This is a judgment-free zone.
Because every day we are growing and evolving.
Your life, your hyphen.
Welcome back to Our Hyphen with Cherelle and Sade. We hope that you guys are doing well. We continue to thank you for all your love and support. We ask that you press that subscribe button. We also still have merch for sale, so you can check out our link on our Instagram page. Ooh.
Wiki.
Boop, boop. Instagram page. And we are going to have part 2 today of the social media hot topics. So
I'm excited.
Me too.
Ready for the first one? Oh, what you was about to say?
I'm about to say the first video is from our girl Tabitha Brown.
Tabitha.
Distractions. I love her. And I thank you for it.
You know she come to the city. I'm going to see her Sunday. Me, my mom, my aunt.
Oh.
It's going to be her birthday. She coming to do her a book tour.
The one about something new? Mm-hmm. When something new. Yeah, I saw that. So thank you for introducing her to me.
I love her.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello there, honey. Y'all all right? Honey, real quick. The Lord gave me this morning. I said, okay. I was trying to go to the store, Lord. But the Lord said, Tab, you got to get this to the people, honey. You can't keep this one to yourself. So listen. Y'all know Tab from the country, right? Stoneville, Eden, North Carolina, honey. When you from the country, you do things a little earlier than like most people like in the city do. Like, I ain't raising my kids the same way I was raised. But baby, Tab was driving at like 9 and 10. My daddy taught us early how to drive, right? 12 years old, I could drive a truck, a stick shift. That was my first thing to learn how to drive, was a stick. With confidence. I've been driving for a very long time. When you turn 16 in the country on your 16th birthday, you at the DMV. Back when I was growing up, we're going to get these licenses on this day, okay? Been driving for a very long time with confidence. When I started driving, like most of us, we did this, honey. When you got to back up, you look like that. You check them side mirrors, rear view, check everything. With confidence, you could get up out of the situation, okay? You knew how to back up, maneuver, whatever, with confidence. Without any rear view cameras, without no sensor beeping, all of that, right? But new technology, that's what we have now, right? We have that. So this morning, my husband, I'm going to the store, and my husband chancing and parked his truck in a place he don't normally park it. But just looking at it, I said, oh, I can get out. I can get out real easy. Yeah, it ain't no issue. I don't even need to tell him to move the car. I can drive. I get in. I start to pull out. The way that I know how to pull out, and I know I got plenty of room. But new technology, my rear view camera and the sensors began to beep, and I stopped. And I was like, wait a minute, maybe I don't have as much room as I thought I did. So I'm looking. And so I said, well, let me straighten it back up and turn a little bit, in so I can have a little bit more space. I do it. The beep is still beeping. The more it beeped, the more I became discouraged. I said, dang. But I realized, I was like, I know I'm close, but I ain't going to hit it. But what I do, I go back in again, because I'm trusting that the noise that I'm hearing. So I back up, come back out. And then by the time I done did it the third time, when I straightened it up, I said, Tab, you had so much room. And God spoke to me so loud and clear. He said, you did. You were so close, but you let the beep discourage you. He said, you got distracted by the noise, Tab. And baby, that thing that hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, my God. He said, Tab, so many times, so many of us, we're so close. We're so close, and we know exactly what we're doing. But we get distracted by the noise. We get distracted by the beat. We start to trust that more than we trust ourselves. You know exactly what you're doing. You are confident. Stop being distracted by the noise. You got this. Baby, you're so close. Stop starting over because of the noise. Stop changing your mind because of the noise. Stop being distracted and discouraged by the beep. Okay? You know what you're doing. You're so close. But every time that noise starts, you back up. Don't do that. You got this. You know what you're doing. You have been designed for the journey that you're on. Don't be distracted by the noise. Okay? Honey, I had to give that to somebody. Not I couldn't keep that one to myself. I hope and pray that hit somebody the way it hit me. I love y'all, honey. Y'all go about y'all business now, all right? Don't be distracted by the noise and have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. Very good. God bless y'all. Love y'all.
I love
Bye.
her so much.
Yes.
I was like so drawn in, and I've seen this before, but it just drew me right on in, and it's so true. And I think my first thought is like, I feel like this is a reflection of what the Bible is, like a book of parables. How everything in our life, if you look at it, if you apply it to like our everyday life, it makes so much sense. I mean, she's right. Like, it's so easy to get distracted if you listen to everybody else's thoughts, opinions, because people are only going to be able to encourage you up until they're like where their faith stops at. So a lot of times God will give us something and we forget, like, he gave it to us. He didn't give it to anybody else. So they won't be able to see the full vision, or, you know, they won't be given the faith to support a vision that's not theirs. So I don't know. I think that's something, like, as I'm getting older, I'm definitely understanding that more. That's still something that I struggle with in terms of when you're excited about something, or even because I value my friendships, but it's just certain stuff that I'm learning. It got to be a me and God thing, because I'm still growing in my faith. Like, you know, I consider myself somebody that's not easily influenced in that way. But I'm also learning that everybody is impressionable in ways sometimes we don't even realize until it's too late. So that was good. What you think?
I agree. And I like your nails, by the way.
Thank
They
you.
change colors or something, right? Because I know I ain't seeing things. I'm not seeing things. They look black, they look brown, they look purple.
Look at like Tabitha saying, depending on where the person's sitting looking. Yep, I see it now.
Yeah, if you see it, it's purple, brown, black. And then it's got some sparkles in it.
I see purple from here.
Well,
That's a good example though. Based on where people position, like we was talking, like I was just saying, based on what they see, that's how they gonna tell you or give you advice on what you should do, how you should.
right. Well, I'm going to say this. I have watched this video over and over again, and it speaks to me on different aspects, and I'm going to break that down. For one, with parenting, people, you know, they disagree with how I parent my child.
I love it.
But I tell people I'm transparent with him. I'm not the type of person. I hate when a person tell me, "Don't, no, you can't do this because I said so." Like, I explain to him. You know, some people think I'm crazy for allowing him to be so busy with sports. But, you know, when he can come to me and say, "Mom, you see, Jihad has said, you know, don't be on the off season, don't have an off season." And I'm like, "Jay, you're right. Like, I'm going to invest in you because I believe in you." You know, and then also with, with the transparency with him, sitting down and explaining things to him. Basically, I teach him how to clean, how to cook, how to talk to people, how to be a decent human being. I can't teach him how to be a man, but I can teach you how to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Then I looked at the part with exercising. My time is limited, but I make sure, I don't care if I only have, and I'm speaking to the audience as well, even if you only have 10 minutes to exercise, you might not be able to go to a gym. Get in that house, lift those cans, get you some string bean cans, lifting whatever it is, even if it's just 15 minutes. Do something. You know, and as far as my career, that's the biggest thing. And I don't know if this happened to you, but like, as far as with both of my projects that I have going on, you know, I've had people tell me, "Well, you should have you should have known what this consisted of before you got involved. I don't know what it consists
You
of.
never done it before, and neither had they probably.
Until I get in it. So I don't know what it consists of, because if I was listening to people, listening to the outside noise of distractions, I wouldn't be where I am today in that project. And then in this podcast, I hear people say, you get on there and tell your business? Yes, because by me being transparent about what I've been through, and I want to make this clear, because this came up recently about me dwelling on the past. And I don't feel like I'm dwelling on the past, because when I speak of something, it's me giving a practical example to help you. Give you the prime example. I was told that I admit I cannot have casual sex. And I can't have casual sex because of me. I'm woman enough to say that I can't handle it. So don't ever say what a person won't do, because I know it's some things I'm not proud of that I've done, but don't never say what a person won't do when they get in that mindset. Because I know when I did what I did, I was enraged.
Yeah.
It was nothing that anyone could tell me. So I tell people, stop playing with people's feelings. And by me being transparent about what I've been through, it gonna help somebody else out, because I know I'm not the only one. And if I am, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not comparing myself to anybody.
Right.
And then with your spiritual life, I realized that Sunday is just, or whatever worship day other people have, but Sunday is just not enough.
Right.
Like, you have to take that time as well to seek him and put him on the boat with you and move on. So that video, it hit home for me.
You made a good point. I didn't even think about it in terms of career, but I know, like, I have done things in my career very unconventional. For instance, when I held my last position, and this is why I didn't tell a lot of people. I don't think I told anybody when I was having the initial like feeling that it was time to leave. And like I say, I always know like when the time is coming. What was I saying? Oh, because a lot of people, when I got that position as director, they saw that as that was it. Like, girl, you a director, you a black woman in that position. And I appreciated the opportunity, but I knew that wasn't my final stop. And I'm not somebody I don't get attached to titles. I'm attached to the blessing, if that makes sense. Like, I felt very blessed that I was afforded the opportunity. I had never been in a direct like leadership position before. So for somebody to see me, see my ability, see what I've done on paper, and entrust me with that position, like that was a blessing. But when it was time to leave, that wasn't something that I knew it wasn't something I could talk to a lot of people about, because people don't understand the journey that I'm on. Like, I feel like God, he puts me in positions to continue to like strip away at any sense of ego and pride that I have because of that reason alone. Meaning, for some people, they stay in situations just because they still want to be attached to the title. They stay in situations because it don't make sense to anybody else. But in like so many situations in my life, God has made it clear, like, when I tell you to move, you don't look to your left or your right, you go, you move, and things always work out how they're supposed to. And so whether it's 2 months from then or 3 months from then, I can look back and see why I had to leave, why I had to move. So yeah, that's been a big theme in my life, like not listening to the noise. And like you said, even with the podcast, like, I got family members that really don't want to have much to say because of the podcast. We've done stuff where family members have not been supportive of it, and situations where I try to include them, because I know if I don't, I'll hear about that too. But when you extend the invitation to be present for stuff and then they don't show up, it's kind of like, well, I did my part. Because a lot of people do not understand why these conversations are so important. And that's because, like we talk about, it starts with you. So if you're not even having honest conversations with yourself, you daggone sure not going to have a conversation out loud for other people to hear and leave it for other people to have their opinions about it. But I'm just at a point where I was reading a book today and it was talking about, like, when you're trying to, I'm going to say, live for God, like, nothing that we experience, nothing that we have is ours. It all belongs to him and like the things that he's trying to convey in this world. So if everybody sit around and they think too much of themselves to tell the truth about their story, who's going to tell the truth to help the next generation? Like, who's going to be we all need teachers in the various sectors of our lives.
I agree.
We just don't need teachers in school. We need real world, real life.
Life. examples. And like I said, when you transparent about your life, and the one thing I love about us is that we don't get on here and act like we're perfect. We say where we need work. When you're transparent about your life, you don't have to worry about nobody trying to tell your story.
Yep. That's
You
what
don't
thing
have-
Charlamagne the God said years ago. He said, when you live in your truth, can nobody use your truth against you? And it's some things I think we don't go into detail about because we want to respect the other people that were
Right.
involved, and they might still not be living in their truth. But I ain't ashamed of nothing that I've experienced up to this point.
Everything has a season, and that's what I look at. And I will tell you, I am so glad of all of my seasons because they have taught me.
Yep.
I'm evolving. I'm growing. Do it feel good? No. And just like going back to the casual sex thing, have I tried it? Yeah, I tried it. I don't like it, and I would love to be descriptive on here, and I am a little bit, but I'm just a little bit. But I'm gonna put this picture in a person's head and people's head. It doesn't feel good to me when you think that would not think you've put it down on me. And then you get up, put your pants on, you leave out the door, and I don't know, I might not ever see you for another 2 weeks. That don't feel good to me. I don't like that. And I can do something about it. I can help. I can stop that.
Yep.
So I've tried it. I can't handle it. It's like an experiment.
Yep.
But you got the variable, the dependent, what is it? The dependent variable, the independent variable, and the constant.
You the math and science person.
Hey,
you don't know. I don't know who know, cause don't look at me. You on your own with this one. I was like,
oops.
If we was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, baby, we were left with $1 just now. On a friend, something. Don't look at me.
But it's just like, no. And I know this is going to come up in another video that we're going to watch. But no, like, I realize I can't handle it.
And I think that's the beauty of, I be so high off of like life experiences. Like, I really feel sorry for people that stay in a box and think they have to. I can't connect with perfect people. I don't want to be the perfect person, because when you dead and gone, what do all this mean?
Nothing.
Like, people gonna live to tell a story as they remember you going on in another dimension. Like, none of this really matter at the end of the day.
Well, technically, they ain't even got to tell our story, because they can just click on YouTube and be like, they sat on that couch and told all their business. I'm fine with that. Because
And then what happened with business once it's told? People talk about it, they get excited about it, and then they move on to somebody else's
business. So I'm
That's
fine
the
with
worst
it.
that come from whatever. Think about the books that we read. We could be reading somebody's whole life story and they just using different characters. It ain't that serious.
It's not. All I say is take your life and be an example, a living testimony for somebody.
Yep.
And no, I'm not dwelling on my past. I appreciate my past, because I know with these projects that I have in place, they would not have been started. They would have never started. Me being from my highest weight, I was 350. Now I'm struggling trying to get up to 200. Like, I learned how to take care of myself.
Right.
I am trying to gain weight a little bit.
Right.
All right.
That's your decision.
And I'm doing it for me, though. That's what people don't realize. I'm not doing it for anybody. Everything that I'm doing is for me. So all I say, don't worry about the distractions. People going to talk about what they know. People going to talk about what they don't know. When they don't know your business, they're going to make up your business. So guess what? Live life. Live your hyphen.
Yep.
Because when you laying on your back, I don't care what nobody say, we all going. You're going to lay on your back, because that the funeral home or the removal company, they're going to put you on that cart on your back. I have never seen a company put them down face first. Don't nothing else matter.
Yep.
Nothing else matters. So live your life to the fullest, because people going to talk about what they know and what they don't know.
And think about it this way. When people talk about, you better read your Bible and get in your word, that's all Jesus' business. So y'all think if we were supposed to keep it all to ourselves, why was he so adamant about leaving something for us to be able to read? And
as a guide. If people, I'm going to be honest with you, for me, I was intimidated by the Bible at first. But I will tell
sometimes
you.
I still am. I ain't gonna lie, because I Google out.
I was talking to a person today, and they were reading, I hope I'm getting this right, Hosea. I think it's Hosea. Don't quote me 100%. But Hosea was the person that ended up marrying a woman that was out in the street. I don't like to use the whore word. But she was out in the street, and and people like bashed him and all of this stuff. But it took him I guess God used him as an example to be with someone like that and show that they can change. So look, y'all,
It don't matter.
read the word, And you can even, for real, I feel like I can connect to most characters in the Bible that I've learned so far. So I was intimidated by it, but all I tell y'all, I had to reset from what I was taught, because people will only use scripture or claim or include scripture, because some stuff that I learned was not in scripture.
Let me tell you one that I have learned, and I can't wait for somebody to say it again so I can say, keep reading. Respect thy mother and father so that your days may be longer. And the verse under that says, but fathers should not provoke. Yep.
Their children.
Yep. But they stop right there and make it feel like everything, like as the child, you take whatever so that your day. Nah, keep reading.
And I will say this, and I know she don't mind because she was recorded yesterday at church, just like people used to say in the Bible about there's 1,000. I couldn't, if I had 1,000 tongues to praise him. She said, you know one thing? Take the one you got and praise him 10,000 times. That thing hit me in the throat, because she said people say things just because it's what they're used to hearing. It's culture. But she said, take that one you got and praise him 10,000 times.
Good, yeah.
Right.
Things that we just said.
So.
That was good.
I feel good. I sometimes I really do have to snap myself back into reality, because I truly think that everybody's so sweet, everybody's so nice,
But that is your reality. So you don't have to snap yourself. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I do believe we create our reality, meaning we choose what we pay attention to. Think about, like, I always talk about a G-Wagon. Before I really said I wanted a G-Wagon, it seemed like this thing you will only see on TV or only. Now I'm riding down the road, I see it all the time. Because now I'm paying it. It's always been there. I wasn't in a space to notice it, or I wasn't calling it to me. So it won't there. But now I see it all the time. So it's what we choose to pay attention to. That is what becomes our reality, what we choose to pay attention to.
I agree. I had something else to say, but my daggone thoughts done went on away.
That was a bar. That was a bar. Young Lamb, we need you.
Wicked whack. We still gotta get this Christmas song together.
No, I was thinking about that the other day, because they think we playing.
Ready for the next one?
What's your take, Tim?
I mean, y'all said a lot. Y'all said everything I was thinking. I'm sitting here trying to think of ways to jump in this conversation, but I mean, y'all pretty much nailed it. And anything I would have to say, I really like the last thing you said about how whatever you're looking for is what your truth is, right? I was watching Tony Robbins on somebody's show.
I love him.
And I do too. And he did this experiment, and we can do it here just for fun. And people at home watching, you can do it too. Like, look around the room and count how many brown things you notice.
Hold on. Because now I'm getting technical. I know how my mind works.
Oh, yeah. Count them up.
Let me ask you this question. I know he about to say, dang, she think they just too much. Now the arm on that.
I was about to say, is that one or is that two?
Right.
That's
probably the point.
If you think it counts, count it.
You know how many in here?
You tell me.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be exact, just whatever you see. To throw it out.
19.
All right. How many red things did you notice? Yep.
I wasn't looking for it.
Y'all moving too fast.
That's the point. Is you're looking for brown.
I was looking at you like you missed the point. Went over your head. Come back.
Well, you're looking for brown, and you turn it into this game where it's like, is that brown? Like, should I count that? I want to win. I want to win this. Like, I want to be right here. So does that count as brown? I don't know, because that's all you're thinking about. That you miss the red and the blue and everything else that's happening around you. So it's just it's a fun little fact of life.
Have y'all seen, what is it? Something about the duck on social media. How many ducks do you see in the picture? And it's like ducks inside of ducks, beaks inside of beaks. Did you see that?
I've seen a version. I haven't seen a duck one.
Which one did you see?
I'm trying to say, which one did I see? It might have been like cows or something like that.
Okay.
But the picture itself is like a big cow. But if you so focus on looking at the little ones, you'll miss the initial bit. Yeah.
Forest and trees.
Yep.
That's it.
I'll miss the forest from trees.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yes.
Let me tell you something, what it's like being a man with high standards. When you're a man of high standards for yourself and for your life, you understand something. See, I don't date too often because I know what I'm doing and where I'm going in life. So therefore, watch this here. The caveat to that is that I don't ask a woman for none of her juice box neither. No, keep that good down yonder. Because see, one thing I've learned about high standard men, when you not asking for sex, she can't ask you to pay for nothing. Yeah. See, we're cool. I'm your boy. That's it. But I'm not feeling on you. So by me not feeling on you, I don't feel no type of way about whatever you do. So I'll let only a real man do this. I stay a cartoon because I know where I'm going. I know what vision I have for myself. Because I ain't asking for your goodies. You can keep them. Blessings. Let me tell you something.
I need time to process. You gonna have to go first.
I agree with him. If he ain't paying for nothing, you can. If he's not paying for anything, can you really? 9 times out of 10, he may, because he's a friend, pay, but you can't expect him to pay because what I take from it, you get what I'm saying? If he's not asking you for your juice box, then the expectation, 9 times out of 10, if a man is getting your cookies, you gonna expect for him to pay for it. I know for me.
Wait a minute. Pay for. Wait, this
Pay for anything. Going out to eat.
I think that a man anyway. If I'm in the presence of a man and we have a certain type of relationship. But again, that goes back to part 1 with me. That's what I'm used to.
Right, that's your environment. But if he, I'm trying to use, who can we say? Who is somebody that we mutually know that we're cool with? And if we go out, even if they don't pay, it ain't like great day. Can't believe he ain't even asked to pay.
I know we got mutual male friends, but my mind, look, I got coffee in this, y'all. It's
I'm going to say for me, if you getting my goodies.
Wait, so is he speaking as a platonic friend, or that's a whole nother conversation?
I guess however way we interpret it, maybe we can get him on here one day.
Because
how are you interpreting? What's your interpretation?
I'm having a lot of running thoughts. So my first thought is, okay, if we set the premise that if we're having sex with a man, we expect him to pay for stuff, or if we're not having sex with him, we shouldn't expect him to pay. As women, we can't get mad when men call that prostitution. That is an exchange of sex for goods.
That's what it is.
We can put it in a bow. We can put a bow on it and make it pretty, but essentially that's what it is.
That is what it is. Let's keep it real.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that, like, 2 things can be true, then we got to get rid of, like, being upset if he was to come back and say that's prostitution. I mean, that's what it is when we put it like that.
Self-accountability.
Secondly, I think I get what he's trying to say, but I think the fact that he's so bold in saying it, I'm missing the point of it, if that makes sense.
I guess it's only how you interpret it. Let's hope, ask him to come on.
No, talk about it. Like, help me understand what you got out of it.
I'm trying to say something without trying to say it.
Yeah.
I had a person to pay for, volunteered to pay for registration.
You cannot use it. That is not a fair example. Well, okay, for the purpose of this, okay.
Yes.
I'm acting like I don't know. Okay.
And I feel like that was an invitation. Well, yeah, that's an invitation by me saying, sure, if that's what you want to do, that's the way of continuing to keep in contact with me.
You know what? I get what he's saying, I think. Well, I get your point because I think I get irritable. I get annoyed when sometimes we act like we don't know what the expectation is. Like when those conversations on social media come up about if a man fly you out, when you get there, is the expectation that you have sex with him? Why are you taking your tail out there thinking you ain't? Like, it's just some stuff. Like, I get well, if he really wanted, girl, fly yourself out.
Stop playing boo boo the fool Sam sausage head.
What the intentions were when he asked. Unless y'all had a conversation where you made it clear, look, I'm not sexually active. I'll come out. Like, if you didn't give him the option and he still decided to pay, like, you knew what you was going down there for. Like, let's not act crazy about that. And this brings up a conversation. I told you, I've been in my repentance season. Well, I don't want to call it repentance, but I've had to circle the block and like apologize to some people. So this is a person we were mutual friends with. Like, you knew him way before me, and then we started kicking it. And he used to always tell me that men and women cannot be friends. And I used to be like, I used to feel like he was saying it from a place of like trying to control me. But now I understand why he's saying that, because he used to always say men value their time. So if a man is investing his time in you, i.e. y'all having conversations, he's giving you advice, that is somebody that feels like he is investing in the potential that y'all will eventually, like the door will eventually be open for y'all to be more than just friends. I didn't see it as such back then, but I understand that now. And then he used to always say, he used to also say, you have to be mindful about taking advice from that male, because his advice is not going to be the full truth, because he's also going to consider his ultimate goal of trying to win you over when he's giving that advice. And again, as a female, I'm thinking, well, I know what it is. Like, I'm not carrying him like that. But he used to always say, you don't know the mind of a male. So I guess we got to listen to what he's saying. And to bring it all home, he's saying if a man is paying for stuff, the expectation is that at some point, y'all going to have sex. Whether y'all going as friends, brother, sister, whatever. Like,
And you think about it, to spin the block on part one. Look how Country Wayne said he'd rather for you to want him for what he said, because a man's
his
time
money
is valuable.
Yep.
You know,
so he always tell me, and this is somebody that got successful bits, so he knew what he was talking about. But I did not, like, I saw it from a place of him trying to be controller. But now when I look at the data, as somebody that was saying that and what he had going on, like, he knew what he was talking about.
And we thought we knew. You thought you had the answer. And you know for yourself, well, let me say for me, teaching, let me raise my hand, sex change things.
Hold on. Since that's not foolproof. It's exceptions to every.
It's exceptions.
Because some men will just pay for stuff because it's the courteous thing to do too.
But you don't feel like their ultimate, I'm not going to say ultimate, but one of their goals is to have sex. I'm going to give you the prime example. It's one guy that is no sex. He wants to fly here. And I told him straight, he want to get a hotel room.
He know that if he get here, he feel like when he get here, he will be able to.
And I told him he going to be a mad son of a joker because we're going to get a room with 2 beds. Either you going to get a separate room. Or either I'm going home and you going to be in your spot. He was like, you ain't going to show me around the city? Yeah, I'll come back. I told him straight. He was like, ain't no need of me coming because I'm going to get mad. You too beautiful. Well, call it what you want, baby. You won't get this.
He think when he get here.
He think he can convince me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you,
I'm gonna
be like a rock that's at the bottom of the ocean. Signed, sealed, delivered on my own. I mean that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, so I do feel like, but a man with higher.
But you're only able to say that now because you've had a man invest in you that way. So you know what I mean? Like, am I saying too much of your business? No. Like, you've had that man spent so much money getting here.
I don't care.
But you knew, you know what I mean? Like, you saw how that played out. And you like, that ain't for me. That ain't something I don't even want.
Next thing you know, you go back home. I don't hear nothing from you.
And then when you did hear from him, he was.
Because the local guys, shoot, you give him a little bit, don't hear from him no more. I'm sitting there, sick. Oh, sis, what I'm going to do?
What Key say? You about kicking and hiking? You about play them for that?
No, I can't do it. I'm not playing. But I make that clear. And I ain't gonna say, oh, I gotta wait till marriage and all of this stuff. But I value me.
Yeah, you got to.
And it's spirits that come with sex.
And I'll say it's nothing wrong with people ask for what you want, but you got to be willing to get them the answer that when you have to be willing to give an answer that really, like you willing to stand on. It ain't nothing wrong with people asking what they want. Ask all you want.
I agree. Communicate with me. Be transparent with me. Tell me when you see me, you want me to wear red and all this stuff. I wear it, but just know it's stopping right there.
You will wear it.
Like red. Like if you want me to wear a red sweatsuit or something, I sure know wear.
I feel like that's where we mess up.
For real.
Because
how?
I feel like when you start doing stuff, like if I'm dealing with a man and he say, like I'm going to get my toes done or something, he said, get this color, you paying for it? I'm not going to do that unless you're paying for it.
All right.
Because then that makes him believe that like we're crossing is something that is not. But if you're willing to invest in me, like pay for something, then maybe that is an indication that things are. Wait, I'm saying that backwards, I think. No, like I've been dealing with guys, and if they won't pay to get I'm paying for this. What you mean get whatever color?
But you know what I'm saying? Like if I got me and him kicking it,
I feel like that's misleading.
and he's like, oh, can you wear red, purple to come pick me up from the airport or something like that? I
I
will.
think that's misleading.
For real. Even if I want them? Even if I want them like we're dating and all of that stuff?
Oh, if y'all at that point, but if it's just somebody that's supposed to be just a friend and you done told them they ain't getting none and we just friends and all of that, I feel like it's misleading to then cross that. You know what I mean? Like to.
All right. Now going back to getting your nails. If they were to pay for your nails, even though they say they want you to get this color and your requirement is, look, you pay for it, would you still give up the juice box? Would you give up?
Are we already having sex? Or you saying is that gonna make me have sex with them because they paid for it?
No, right.
No. But what I'm saying is like if you are bold enough to make a request like that, that should indicate that we are at a level where like we're more than just friends and you telling me to get pink toes. Why? Why are you invested in color toes? I get my toes. I feel like by complying with that request, that's them making them like, oh, okay. Like check. Or like maybe, you know how on the Frogger you jump on the lily pads to get further ahead. Okay, I done jumped on the next lily pad. Might be onto something.
Right.
Nah.
Tim?
Yeah, this is a topic, isn't it? So from the man's perspective, I agree with what you're saying. I think if you give any room for thought, that the dude's like, all right, I'm in there. Like I think that's just how it goes. Because like on the guy's side, like we'll try things, we'll toss things out and see what's up. You know, if you toss it back and you're into whatever it is we're saying, we're like, all right, I'm in there.
You ain't gonna turn it down.
Because you think about somebody you really not attracted to, they gonna say that and you gonna get offended almost. Like, what? Color toes? Like, it's like, what are you talking about? But somebody you might think, like, you might find them attractive or even you just like their attention. Like, you gonna bite that.
I'm working on
Bite
that.
meaning that's the bait that they throw out. Like, you gonna nip at it. So I think we got to do a better job as women too. Like, not being misleading and then getting offended when they bite. And then when they put us in a situation where now we got to be like very stern and honest about the fact that, oh, we was just flirting. I was just doing something to be doing. I wasn't really into you in that way.
Or don't get upset when they're being transparent about what they want. You know, I find some people that get upset because the man said this is what they want. If y'all not aligned, deuces. I think by being single has caused me to be complacent like this. Like I'm willing to make a decision real quick.
Instantaneous. And sometimes that's not always good.
It's not. But now I don't mind saying, nah, I'm good. Or I explain why.
Okay, so the guy that has made it clear that he wants to fly out and see you, and you like, no need. Do y'all still communicate regularly?
Yes.
So what you think? You just letting him? You just making him feel like he got to work a little harder than when you over?
No, because you want to know why?
He's investing in you because he still feel like, remember, men are hunters by nature. Like God created him that way. So the fact that you told him no, like now he is trying to figure out a way to win you over. You still showing him that it might be a chance by continuing to talk to him. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Even if the conversation is not sexual?
He's investing in you with his time. And you getting some out of the conversation. It's holding your attention. So it's feeding something, even if it's not sex, it's fulfilling something that you desire.
Honestly, he's helping me to understand men. Like, he's not the only man that has told me that men can have sex and it's no attachment. Helping me to understand that actions do not speak louder than words. Like, honestly, he's dating.
I think actions do speak louder than words.
I disagree.
How so?
Because he has told.
You about to get it right there. That's something one of my male family, I won't say who because it'll be too specific. If I tell a woman we are just friends, we have that conversation at day freaking 1. At day 55, if she decides she wants us to go on a trip together, sure, we can go on a trip because I told you day 1 we were just friends. So if this is what you want us to do in our friendship, you can't expect we go on this trip, and I've been guilty of this too. We go on this trip, we have a great time. That means that my decision or what I told you were on day one changed. No, I told you what it was. I haven't said since then that we're anything more. Let's go.
Okay, let me ask you this now. So if a man tells you, Cherelle, we just friends. No, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm not even gonna say just friends. I'm not ready for a relationship. However, he wine and dined you. He's staying with you for about a month. Consistently taking you around his friends. Y'all having great sex. Your thoughts you wouldn't be like, you know what?
As a woman, yes. Because so if I met this guy and we had this conversation and my desire was to be in a relationship, when he told me he didn't want a relationship, that's when I should have said, okay, next caller. But because we had that conversation and I choose to continue to do those things, yeah, my feelings are going to get involved, but that still doesn't mean that he's wrong for continuing to deal with me, because he told me what it was.
Oh, and I'm not saying that he's wrong by no means, because I feel like we as women, or not just women, as humans, we have to understand, hold ourselves accountable.
I'm going back to the point where you said actions don't speak louder than words.
Yeah, because his actions don't speak louder than words. Because I feel like, let me say this then, actions and words for me has to align.
In a perfect world, yeah. But I think even in situations where a person has the utmost and like the best intentions for making us feel desired and doing things the right way, they're gonna make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, even I tell you all the time, like we'll have a conversation, I'm like, something as small as sending you something that I gotta send you for the business part of this. Yep, I'm gonna send it as soon as we get off the phone. Just as soon as I get off the phone, something else happened that take my attention away from it. My intentions when I told you was to get off the phone and send it to you. It might be the next day before I send it. You know what I mean? So I think even the most perfect human being, it's going to be instances where our actions and words don't align in that way. But I do think sometimes we have more than enough information to make a choice that better benefits us, and we just choose not to because we think we can change that mind. Yep.
Been there, done it, got the t-shirt, the pivots.
Same.
Did you see what I just did with this water? Because I know somebody about to say something on the TV. I did just like the...
It's all right. It's more than one way to get a job done.
But all I had to do was like this.
More than one way to get a job done.
But for me, I need, if you telling me you don't want nothing but a friendship, that's what we keeping it at, friendship. If we going to, I don't want you to pay for my stuff. Don't leave me on.
But I think you got to hold yourself accountable to that. So like with this guy, he done told you what his intentions are. He want to come up here and get him some booty.
He wants a relationship.
And you done told him no. Mm-hmm. So now you kind of playing the role of the man. Well, no. Hold on, wait. No, that didn't come out right. But I think you hold just as much of a responsibility in saying, I know this is what you want. I'm not ready for it. Like, because you're leading him on.
You think so?
I know so. Men are hunters by nature. Like, if you think about how long men, like literally when they're hunting, they go stay in the woods all day. They don't feel accomplished until they done kill something.
This man is helpful though. He helped me with my workouts and my
so
eating
you doing
plan.
What benefits you? You still staying attached to him because it's beneficial to you.
No, back up. I asked him, I said, look, do you think by you and I communicating is hindering you from moving on?
No, because if he finds somebody that's willing to be, he'll stop talking, or he'll keep talking. Y'all far enough away where you won't know.
And it's like we're homies. Because he'll tell me, here we go with the homie crap. We're homies because he'll tell me when he went out on a date. And we'll talk about it. That ain't right.
I was the same way. I thought that was all, like, we so close that he telling me he went out. Man, them suckers will do that and still in the back of their mind. Some people will tell you that to make you feel like you missing out. if you told him, you should do a social experiment. If you call him and say, you know what, I've been thinking, y'all been homie. Y'all ain't been talking about it since you say no. You call him and tell him you got some availability. You gonna give him some booty. Watch how quick that flight be up here.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So it's now y'all not homie.
He's still willing to come here without the booty. And that's what he said. But I told him, I said, you gonna go back home mad. We probably won't talk.
I bet he will, because the more you talk, we do this unknowingly. We give them, because I really love roses and sunflowers. So what he gonna do when he get out that flight? He gonna make sure he got some roses and sunflowers.
All right, Obama.
My favorite candy is da-da-da. So then y'all happen to go by the convenience store. He pumped the gas, come out the store. He got your favorite candy. And then, oh my, he's so nice.
Oh no.
Y'all gonna be rolling around tangled in the sheets. You giving him, man.
I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to the doctor. Ask for some saltpeter.
So what?
They said that isn't that the stuff they give them in the military so they don't have the urge or something.
Next clip. Don't go out like this, sis. Please don't. Please don't.
Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna try this experiment.
Okay. Welcome back to Our Hyphen. I just want to let you know.
Hey, let us know how that goes for sure.
Been there, done that. Got t-shirt, hat, bucket, sand from the beach, all of it to prove it.
I'm thinking about trying it. Let me see.
Think about it as simple as somebody that you say, I'm not talking to him no more. He played in my face. That's sucker text.
Next thing you know, how you
all
doing?
All that guy says, how you doing, but think about you. And we'll be, I want to be nice. Tiffany, you don't block that number. Man.
I don't do much blocking.
I know.
But I will ignore now. And that's a challenge for me. Woo, sis. That's a challenge.
And it's funny because now my challenge has been like being able to go back and say, hey, I kind of need to apologize. We ain't no reconciliation, but just to get it up off of me. Like, I was wrong. But yeah, sis. Next clip. Keep your heart 3 stacks. Him again.
Say, I be trying to be positive, but y'all stop trying to put me in a relationship. Like, real talk though. If everybody keep talking about something, that's because you need to be in one. You just here. I tell you what, if you want to make me get enticed to get in a relationship, how about married people stop cheating, and people that got girlfriends and boyfriends stop cheating? Yeah, how about that? You know what I'm saying? If you set the example for me, that'll make me want to get in a relationship. Because I'm gonna be honest with you right now. From the stuff that I see and the stuff I experience, y'all ain't making me want to be in a relationship. Just being honest with you. So leave me alone. Let me be teen super single. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't see healthy relationships like that going up and down my timeline. You feel what I'm saying? I'm seeing a whole bunch of side pieces. Yeah, and a lot of cheating. All right, that's what I'm just saying. So let me be over here in my single zone.
What that mean?
Blessings.
You want to start off? Because I'm about to go with this one. You go.
I agree with him. I just experienced this here recently recently and previously, that people truly do think that I'm in a relationship. I'm just keeping it hush hush. People really, 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 really do think I am. And I'm just like, y'all, how hard is it? Well, for some it is. How hard is it to be single and happy for right now? Like, I don't see any examples that is one couple. And we always tell her, I will say that.
Yep. Exactly what you're talking about when you said it.
Otherwise, like, nobody's giving me an example of what I want.
I got a whole bunch of running thoughts again.
I'm listening.
So the first one is, like we was kind of talking about, what we pay attention to is what's going to be emphasized. And that's something that we've had this conversation like off camera. I've been trying to do, or be more intentional about not allowing myself to like take in stuff that is going to continue to put me on that path of thinking like that's all that exists. Like when we had conversations about somebody cheating, or like I say, even the conversations with some of our male family members. Like, I can't involve myself in those conversations no more, because it's creating more in me of what I'm trying to get away from. Like it's causing me to, or it has caused me to be more defensive and like always feel like I got to be on the lookout for something. than just saying, you know what, everybody lie. At some point, it's going to be what it's going to be. But like, let me not even put my trust in the man. Let me put my trust in his accountability to a higher power. That's what's going to hold him accountable. And I do want partnership, but not at any cost. Like, I'm not doing no struggle love. And I realized like my type had to change or has to continue to change because the type of men I was attracted to won't go give me the outcome that I want. I want somebody street background, because that make me feel protected. But then, Chantrice, okay, if they, just in my experience, if they have that history, if they used to having to lie to stay safe or to manipulate and get what they want, what makes me think they're gonna be honest with me? What the memes on Instagram say I'm just a girl? Like, please. And if you think about it deeper, if I become the closest thing to him, that fear of being hurt is going to like resurface in him or become strong in him. So he daggone sure gonna try to protect himself from me. Probably more so than he had to do when he was out in the streets.
Can you like elaborate what you mean?
So let's say that you deal with somebody that has that mentality as it is. Maybe they've been removed from it for a couple of years or longer, but it's still innately it's a part of who they are.
Right.
Like they can sit it on the show and maybe not pick it up until something happens that they feel like they need to revert back to it or use some of those skills and things that they learn, in that situation. But that need to protect is still going to be there, but show up in different ways. So then let's say we have a great relationship and I become his best friend and I'm his woman. Like at some point, something gonna kick in and say, hold on, like this feel good, but what is she a op? Like, what is she working with somebody else to get back at me for some stuff I did however long ago? Or, nah, I didn't disclose too much to her. So now if she really wanted to, like, she could really hurt me.
Yeah.
That's always going to be there. And granted, I know some people go to therapy or whatever have you, and they learn how to manage it better. But innately, some things are just going to always be the core of who we are.
The learned behavior.
Yep. So I can't necessarily expect somebody that has that background to then be, at least not right now.
Tim?
Or think about it from a situation like a player, somebody that's been, we like to think men gonna instantaneously like change for us, but they gonna have to, like it's gonna be a process. Are we willing to be burned in the process? It can work. It
Like
can
the video you sent me.
Which one?
Of the minister that said he felt like his wife was trying to change him. He was talking about Ephesians. You sent it to me on Instagram, and he felt like she was trying to change him, but he realized.
Yes. Yep.
That should be one of the.
So it can happen. Let me rephrase that when talking about people in the streets. It can happen, but based on how far along they have already made it in their process, like as an individual, you might have to be willing to get burned. You might have to be willing to be tied to them in a way that you a casualty in that war.
And they have to be, I feel, have a strong spiritual life.
Yeah.
I feel like that video was about cheating. I feel like we took that on a down a road there. So what's the main question here?
So, dang, we did. Oh, I was talking about like not exposing myself to. Okay, so the conclusion I was gonna make was, yes, I understand a lot of people. It seems like a lot of people are cheating because up to this point, that's kind of like what we have seen, what we've exposed ourselves to. Like even like watching stuff on social media, conversations that we have. Because at one time we would have conversations with men. The specific questions that we would ask would lead us down the rabbit hole of them telling us the stuff maybe they used to do, but now I don't do it as much, or now you know what I mean? But yeah, but the premise of cheating was still there. We've seen it in our family. Like that's what we've been exposed to a lot. So I think when we start to be more intentional about, like, we're getting in our words. So now we're going to know what love looks like from a biblical standpoint. We see healthier marriages
to be God-fearing.
Yeah. So now our eyes and our mindsets and our attention is on a different type of love and man. So we're going to start to attract that.
And Tim, to answer your question, the video as a whole was just saying that let him stay in his single season and stop putting him in relationships, because basically until people stop cheating, he hasn't really seen an example
Yeah.
that make him want to be in a relationship. Just your feedback.
Yeah, no, I align with that. I think it's similar to the first one. It's a lot of noise out here, and a lot of people telling you what you should do. And even in the church, like I was going to bring this up after the first one, like people think because it's in a biblical context, it's okay to do that. It's like, you know what I think? As your sister in Christ, you know what I think you should do? Like if you know what you should do is the words coming out of their mouth, it's not trying to help you. It's let me tell you what I would do if I'm in your situation, right? So
and if you don't do it, I'm gonna be judging you based
exactly.
on what I think. Yep,
100%. So yeah, I think it's all just noise, and everybody's got to do what's best for them and in their own timeline. At the end of the day, we just got to be okay with that.
And I was gonna say, to hold us accountable in that space, think about, again, like the first video, in every other facet of life, we are going against the grain and saying, I'm not gonna ask for advice on this, because I know this is something different. I'm trying to do things that are different than what I'm used to seeing. Maybe some, like the lineage in my family, or so I'm having to step out on faith and, do things that I haven't seen done before. This is no different. Like finding a partner that wants to create a healthy space, a healthy relationship, nobody playing games. Like everything in our life is going to have to look like that. It's different.
Well, I had to check myself and stop saying that there are no good men out here, because just recently, remember when we had the conversation outside of the game?
Keep going. Wait.
And they were looking at us when we were saying what we had went. Like, I realized there are still men that's out there, good men out there.
So that's probably why he's saying that. He has people, like when people say, why are you single? And we're like, why not be single?
I needed to work on me.
But then when you start telling them some of the stuff, because of the space that they're in, they're married and happy and, treating their wife nice. When you start telling them some of the stuff we've experienced, it's like, oh, like this is going on out there. So they living in a total different reality.
So I do desire a relationship. However, I'm not going to settle.
And I'm okay with that, because I've had moments where I've been intentional about dating. Like, I'll try something out. If it don't work, I don't even want to say, I don't even know if you call that dating.
It is.
But getting to know people and
collected data. And I did from over the weekend, I got some advice from two men. One I didn't know, one I did know. And one was, let the man hunt you. And the other one was, you have to check your environment. If it's negative, if it's not being productive, if it's not helping you grow, then you need to change your environment. So
that's one thing I'm gonna be intentional about, because I'm a flirt. I like to flirt. So like I feel like sometimes I make it known. Like if I see somebody and I want them, like I'll flirt enough till they can't deny the fact that like, oh, she like me. But now I might smile or speak, and you got to figure it out from there. Like I'm not.
Yeah, because when I didn't know what was going on that night, I'm standing at the door waiting on you, sitting back, and you.
What?
That night we went out, and you was at the door. It was cold outside. We were out at our spot. Girl, you was at the door kicking it.
Got him. That's what I was talking about.
But I'm gonna make you a gotcha paper.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I thrive. See, I need to be more feminine.
And remember, and I'm not gonna lie to you.
Trait.
I feel so bad because V and Tamara was. I think they were waving at me trying to speak, and I'm sitting back waiting on you, and you out there kick. And you
wait. What night was that?
That was.
Oh, that's when he would ask me for my ID, and I was like,
You made a whole flirt session out. I'm checking on you, make sure you good.
It was near my birthday, and I was like, it's rude not to say happy birthday. He was like, I ain't looking at that.
You trying to be soft. Hey, baby.
But guess what?
And they was waving to me. I really did feel bad because I'm not like that. And I'm checking on you because I ain't gonna leave you outside, and I'm walking up, and next thing you know, somebody been done stole you outside. People, it's crazy.
Not in my world. I feel like I'm protected anywhere I go. I travel by myself. Nah. But yeah, that was fun.
You do.
I love boop boop. Next.
Gotcha by Cherelle. Cause you do.
All right.
Like, And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that you did not want that dude that day we was out, but that dude tail didn't even one cheek didn't even sit on the seat, and you had started talking to him. Remember when we was out at Kickback?
Yep.
And that man tail other cheek, and you
That was one I thought he was like, "What you doing after this? Going home?
don't flirted
You
with
wanna
the
go somewhere? Nope. Going to the house. The hell we sitting here talking about the game? You think that's enough to make you? No, thank you.
There you go. Actions don't speak louder than words.
Yep, you absolutely right. Cause he probably thought, cause I was talking, he was like, "Man, I had a hard day. Like I'm so glad I came. You like this was good. You made me feel better." And so I'm thinking, I done did the Lord's work. And then we trying to leave.
Did he pay for a drink or anything?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't
See,
remember.
he can't ask you
I
for
don't
your
think
juice
so.
box.
He can ask.
Yeah.
The answer would have been same either way. Had a multiple choice say A, yes, B, no, D, B. Same answer. Don't matter. It don't matter. Same answer, man. But we had some good times, I must say.
Yes. Learning lessons. I don't
Good
regret nothing.
times.
2020 made me, boy. We still gonna get that tattoo?
I don't know, cause that might not be nothing I'm proud of. The more and more I keep thinking about it, we was outside, not like that. That sounded really bad, but you know what I mean. Like we just was like the mentality was different in terms of. I don't think we was as emotionally connected to people's feelings. Like, dude,
I don't even know we were emotionally connected to our own feelings.
that's some real stuff.
Remember that night we thought we was going to jail?
That was fun though. I mean, the night is. My whoop de whoop wasn't even there that night.
You right.
Shout out
You
to
still
Ty.
had a good time though.
Ty done looked out for us on so many occasions. Shout out to Ty. You know who you are.
Chartrice said, "Oh, we gonna go to jail. I keep on having this stuff. We gonna go." I was like, "Sis,
Police officer was right. So up.
Yeah, I'm still gonna get that tattoo. I might get it on my foot.
Maybe I need to. So when I can look down and be like, yeah, never mind. We ain't going back to that.
I was supposed to be in jail at the beginning of 2020. 1/20/2020.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that date.
Yeah.
Whoa, baby.
Yeah. Look, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I go to you on your date of birthday. Now wouldn't that be a story to tell?
Lord, he would never let me live that day.
You know it. They don't let us live stuff
Nothing down there.
down.
And we single like a dollar bill. And they still don't let us. But anyway, where would you fit?
I wouldn't probably like, y'all just talk.
I got to go home.
Where would I put my hyphen? To keep living in my truth, it ain't nothing to be ashamed of. I think, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I ain't going back. I'm not going out on a tangent. Just to keep living in my truth. Live life.
Tim?
Probably put it on cut out the noise, man. I think that was kind of the overarching message of a lot of these videos, and I think there's a lot of truth in that.
Just
So
live.
live your life, yep.
Just live your life. Okay, where you place your hyphen?
Mine, I be thinking about mine. Real deep, during the day.
You think about your hyphen ahead of time.
I do.
I need to start doing. No.
I do, but because I know what I'm going to say and like my takeaway. I'm going to say don't compare, don't compete with anyone. Stay in your own lane, be in your own pace, even when the dotted line is on your side. Still stay in your lane, baby.
Life is just fun.
It is. Stay at your own
Not so
pace.
uptight.
Well, I'm telling you, I know I'm going off on a tangent again. Look, and I ain't tooting my own horn. It's the truth. If it's the truth, it ain't bragging. You know, when I go to these basketball games, it just really just do something to my spirit when I see people sitting there. When I walk up in that girl, I see people's faces light up. That's right. Smile, live. Like I have been at a funeral home all day long, dealing with sadness. I refuse to step out of the doors of my employment. Sad. Life is too good. God is too good. He did not have to give us. Think about it. Every time you breathe, every time you blink, that's God.
That's how I think about it in terms of mental health. Like you got people that just want to get to the like want to wake up one day and feel like they got something to live for or feel excited about life. So I'm gonna take advantage of it because I've been there before too.
And I got too many tears that I done sold to not be reaping joy.
Well, that's a bar. You've been dropping bangers. It's Zulu. You remember Zulu from back in the day? Call up that 106.5 to be in rap.
Oh yes, yeah.
You got bars today, girl.
I'm telling you, people don't know my story. Cause you ain't got to look like what you've been through or what you're going through. So.
That's right.
But
thank you. I want to do this more often. I like this.
I do too.
I like this.
And I'm hoping that like the people like Tabitha Brown or what is it, Chosen Not Taken, I'm hoping they can come on, even if it's nothing but a Zoom.
Continue to grow.
Yes.
Yep, because that's their time. They're going to invest in us when they see, yep.
PD, that's Darius Daniels. Yeah.
So, but thank you all for watching. We want y'all feedback. How about this? If y'all come across videos that you all would like for us to give our take on, send it to Our Hyphen podcast. Is that our Instagram? Something like that. Or you can send it to our individual Instagram.
Cherelle and Sade.
Yep. No, but it's Our Hyphen podcast, I think. Let me see. Our Hyphen
podcast.
Sorry.
It's okay. And we will give our take on them. Talk to y'all in our next video.
Love you.